let's talk for a second about Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. I mean, these two guys, no shortage of history. And what still stands out to me were Rollins' words about there are very few guarantees in life, but death, taxes, and Rollins beats Reigns. If you look at the history, that's the truth. And I am never, on screen and off, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a bigger fan / advocate of Seth Rollins than myself. I think the world of everything Rollins does. Roman's just on a different plane right now. What do you guys see this playing out as on Saturday?
I love it, and we kind of talked about it a few weeks ago, Graves, because they're both on different levels than they were the last time they met. They were great the last time they met. Now they're in a whole different stratosphere, which adds a whole new 3 or 4 layers to this matchup and to this story. So I'm super excited about this matchup just based on the fact of where both are since the last time they faced each other, just to be point blank about it.
Yeah, I don't think that anything that anyone's done with Roman Reigns, save for the last couple of years, is relevant anymore. I don't when I was looking at Roman and Brock, I don't think any of their previous matches are relevant anymore. When I was looking at Roman and Seth, I don't think anything that happened in the past is relevant because Roman is a different guy. Roman's God level now. Roman has found himself. All that potential that the internet said wasn't there, but other people said was there, it's all been realized. Like, this is the Roman Reigns that was building and building and building and building. And anybody that may have been able, and there weren't that many people even when he was building, but anybody that could have beaten Roman while he was building to this has not beaten Roman when he's become this. Nobody has.
Roman Reigns has also become a video game boss in his own
100%. 100%. I think that people have forgotten how good Seth Rollins is. Mm-hmm. I think that this version of Seth, because, the drip god has been entertaining and conniving, people sometimes forget when you decide to go conniving that you're actually also really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Seth realizes that through a series of circumstances that nobody saw coming, he's found his way into a main event with Roman Reigns. And that's a big deal for anybody. And I think we're going to see a really incredible Seth Rollins show up at the Royal Rumble.
I'm going to agree with you, and I'm actually going to add to it, Sam, in the fact that you used the phrase Seth found himself in this opportunity with Roman Reigns. I know Seth Rollins very well. Back to our FCW days, we spent countless hours in the car together. Somebody I hold very few people in higher regard than I do Seth on a personal level. Seth Rollins is pissed. Seth Rollins doesn't believe he should have had to find himself in this situation. Seth Rollins believes he belongs in this situation. Not only does Seth Rollins believe that he belongs in a main event with Roman Reigns, Seth believes he should be Universal Champion. And to our earlier point about the whole world's talking about Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, if that drives one person on earth to do great things, it's going to be Seth Rollins, because Seth is going to take this Saturday night as an opportunity, win, lose, or draw, to say, hey, guys, remember me? I'm still here. And Seth, when he is motivated, which is almost all the time. I mean, Rollins on a whim on a Monday night can go out and throw down a banger. But Rollins and Reigns, with the stars have aligned imperfectly. No one saw this coming. But the stars have aligned, and I promise you, Rollins is going to go out there in St. Louis and have the biggest chip on his shoulder we have seen in quite some time, and very well may. And I know Roman, too. You think Roman loves that we're spending all of our time talking about Brock and Bobby?
I was just about to say that.
Roman Reigns is going, wait a minute. I've been the dude for over 500 days. No one can touch me. Now, all of a sudden, because of happenstance, there's this big epic matchup that came together. And Roman, in his mind, is still going, go ahead, guys. Good luck. I'm still going to go out there and be Roman Reigns. And then you've got Seth Rollins, who we have seen on multiple occasions. When Seth wants to steal the show, you might as well just hand it to him, because Seth is going to steal the show. So as excited as I am about Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, I will say it on the record, on the air, put it into the public zeitgeist, the consciousness of the WWE Universe. While Brock and Bobby may be my favorite match this coming Saturday, I have a feeling Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins are going to have the match that lives on and people talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I think that will probably be the best match. I think that's going to be the match of the night. And I mean, look, I love watching Roman Reigns win matches. Okay, and I love that the wins have gotten bigger and bigger. I love that we built all the way up to WrestleMania, and then you get there and you go, well, this is going to be the night that he finally gets that loss, and he stacked a couple of legends on top of each other to beat him. And then he goes to SummerSlam and he takes the biggest legend of all time. He beats him with ease.
Mhm.
And then he gets the match with Brock Lesnar. He beats Brock Lesnar. But for me, as a fan, I'm sitting there, and as much, I've been one of these guys that wants Roman Reigns to just never lose the title. I want the Roman Reigns reign to just be forever, and that's just what it is. All that said, I found myself like looking towards the Royal Rumble and what do I want to see and what am I excited about? Where's go towards WrestleMania and everything? I would adore it if Seth Rollins beat Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. I mean, you want to talk about turning fans on their head? You want to talk about going in a direction that like, whoa, where are we going from here? And you want to talk about reminding the world how good Seth Rollins is? I don't think there's a lot of downside to Seth Rollins being the guy, the one guy to have ended Roman's reign.
Well, it's funny because it's happened in the past that Rollins has had Roman's number. And I actually heard AJ Styles and Jimmy Smith talking on the bump before we started recording this earlier today. And they had spoken about how that just happens in athletics. It just happens in competition. You can beat a guy and then watch, other guys beat them, but you can't beat the guy that beat them, but you beat the guy that beat it. It really could break down to where Rollins just has the key to beat Roman Reigns. And think about what the road to WrestleMania could look like then. Talk about taking a detour. Right now, everybody thinks, we see it's on the horizon. 2 nights is going to be big. Now, remember that. Think of how that factors in. WrestleMania is 2 nights again this year. The most stupendous 2-night WrestleMania in history. You need multiple main events.
And Jerry's World on top of it in Dallas.
Put over 100,000 people in there last time we were there. And 2 nights of WrestleMania, it's going to be big, no matter how you slice it. But whatever happens on Saturday night is really going to jumpstart and kickstart everybody's path to what is going to be this massive weekend in April.
I think you hit it on the head too, Graves. What excites me about is the chip on the shoulders of Reigns and Rollins. I never looked at it that way until you brought it up, and I was like, man, yeah.
And I'm saying that as not only as commentator who is a fan of and doing my job. I'm talking about as the guy who knows these dudes, who has spent time. Roman's children and mine used to play together. I mean, I know these guys, and I know what they're made of and what they're capable of, and they know what they're capable of. And I feel like the fact that they're not the marquee match right now. They are by all means a main event on a card that has multiple. But you've got the men's Royal Rumble match, which we're going to talk about in a second. You got the women's Royal Rumble match, which we got to get to. You've got Brock and Bobby. You've got Roman and Seth. Which way do you shuffle it? How does it play out? But I'm telling you, those two dudes, Seth and Roman, may not like one another, but both of them are going out there with the exact same goal to say, hey, I'm the dude, and this is the title. And that is good for business.
Like what you hear? Catch full episodes of After the Bell on Spotify. Follow us now and never miss an episode.